8 on a Thursday morning. Didn't get on yesterday evening like I hoped. I've been playing with the bitrate settings in OBS, so hopefully this video is going to be slightly better quality than yesterday's. We're going to see how much we can get done in about an hour. Today I'm going to concentrate, I think, on creating and amending blinds and being able to move them around and add in breaks and things like that. So let's see how we get on in that in terms of codes and components. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to break the blinds out into their own separate component. I'll take that bit for the blinds. Is that it? Yeah, that's it there. Main view, where to go? So we'll do that, save that, we'll save that, a view, import lines list from lines list, and add it to the components. In fact, let's be good about it, let's do them in alphabetical order. Like that, it won't like that. Okay, cool. We'll need to pass the blinds through. Equals. Why is that not all lining up? What's going on here? Because that one's not lined up properly. There we go. You don't like it because add player component and register for use. That's right, because I haven't got into it yet. So I'll take that out. So prop equals blinds equals null. So we blind and blinds. Save. Add player is not defined. Yes, because I need those methods. Add player is not defined. What's going on here? Oh, you bloody thing. Don't know why we can't keep that setting. Every time I start view, I have to Visual Studio Code. I have to reload that. Train space is not allowed in main view. With my super picky linter 17. Lines list. Space there. And on 18, don't need space there. And on 30, don't like. Back on, save. Yay! And the blinds are appearing. Cool. Okay, so blinds are now their own components, and I will start doing extra things with those. So much like we did in the player list, we're going to add player. So let's take that file and repurpose it as file, save as. Add blinds. Cool. Right. Then in the blinds list, we're going to need to import blind from import blind. Thank you. There's add the components. Add blind. Yes, whatever. That'll go in there. Blinds list, spacing, 200 indent of okay, cool. But it's showing the first name, last name, and add player because we haven't changed it yet. Okay, cool. So in here we're going to go return blind, and what have we got in the blinds? Why on 4 spaces again? Using spaces 2. Thank you. Yeah, made them now. Okay. So we add blind. Don't really need these console logs, so they'll just have to. This is what you find a lot of the time when you're coding, is it's rinse and repeat, because there are only a limited number of patterns really that you can get at. So, and see, conceptually it's exactly the same as the add player, we're just adding to a different collection, so we're going to have different fields. So in the, instead of doing player first name, we're going to do blind. I really must learn the shortcut keys for changing these in bulk. And this is level small, large, length, level small, large, length, level. Okay, so anybody that's watching this doesn't actually know how Poker works. each time there's a hand, there's the dealer button moves around one place, so everybody gets a turn to deal, and the two places immediately after the dealer have to place a mandatory small and large blind. This means there's money already in the pot. MSS. Okay. Yeah, so it means there's already money in the pot, which means there's something worth playing for. It just stops the majority of hands being folded, because if everybody folds round to the last person before the dealer, they'll normally put a bet in just to take the blinds, even if there's they don't have a very good hand. It just kind of keeps everything moving. Okay, cool. Save that. Key after length. Line 31. 31. Yeah. Okay. Let's just zoom that out a bit. Okay. Right. Okay. Cool. Probably don't actually need the level, because we're going to infer that from where it is, because I'm going to put in some up and down arrows to let us add some functionality into to moving around. So let's have that out, and then in here we're going to say I'm going to go const level equals lines dot length. No, we need to find the max of the maximum blind level, because they might get taken out, and we did that in the add players. Look, add player. No, maybe it was in the player list. Add player to players. Yeah, this is what we wanted. Maybe we'll do it in here then, instead of in the add blind. Yeah, because logically it works in the same way. So let's do it in there. Okay. So actually we're not going to pass the level in. Level assigned a value but never used. Okay, cool. Right, so this form's working in the sense that we go 400, 800, lengthening format 20 minutes, 0 seconds, add new lines. Okay, that's fine, but because we haven't got the listener set up in the blinds list, it won't actually do anything. So let's do that next. So that's going to be very similar to this. Add player to players. Where's the list? Level 2. Blinds list. I wonder if blinds list is the right name for that component, because they're levels. Leave it for the time being. So I'll pass in the blind, and we'll say new level equals math. This player is blinds map. Now I could do blinds with b equals b id plus 1. No, b level plus 1. I'm not interested in the IDs, because with players you can delete players out of the tournament, but I want them to have an ID. which is consistent because that's not what we're going to use as the primary reference for anything apart from sorting out who's up which table. Whereas the blinds, logically you can't have a skip in level numbers, so the level is effectively going to act as my primary key. So this blinds push, I haven't got a blind ID, blinds, so it'll be level equals level. Small blind dot small large blind large. Okay. Space copy for objects. I bet that's here. 27. Yeah. There's no space there. In fact, that's laid out properly, which we should have done already. Line 27, 24, is that here? Yeah, something like that. Okay, let's try it again. 400, 800, 20 minutes, 0 seconds, and new line. Okay, so open up the debugger. Develop tools. Small, large, length. Because we're not listening to the right thing, are we? Add level to blinds list. Emit blind added. Do we save that? Do a hard refresh. 400, 800, 20 minutes, 0 seconds. Add new blind. And that's like, okay, so done that. Player list view. Add player to players. That's okay. And then in add player, what are we missing? Emit player added. This player. Why is that How's that listening? Oh, because I've done that. On the add player, need to add the event handler in. So that's on add blinds. Right. Yeah, so on add player, got that. So on add blinds, we've got add blind, that's fine, that calls that. And then on the blinds list, I need to do something like that. Something called blind added. Yeah, blind added. So when we see the blind added event, so when we see this happen, this emit event, blind added, we have to call add level to blinds list. And it will automatically bubble up the blind that we've passed in part of the event into here, and we'll add the level on. So that should now all work. And again, trading space not allowed. Line 7. Right. 400, 800, 20 minutes, no seconds. Add new blind. Sort of worked. Not passed anything in. Why is it not passed anything in? Because this add blind for some reason I'm guessing that is firing before it passed everything across. Refresh. 400, 800, 20 minutes and no seconds. We'll back to that in a minute. Okay. Do you not set that VM0? You don't set those up until I've triggered the view tools. Okay. Trigger the view tools. Let's go to here. 9. Tournament object. Let's have a look. See what we've got. Blinds. Blinds. There's an array of 8. And the last one in that should be the new one that we've added. We've got large, undefined length, 0 small, undefined. Okay, so why have you not passed those in then? Because they were set. Spanner. I'm not passing the blind across. Try again. 400, 800, 20 minutes and no seconds, add blind. Yay, right, okay, cool. I've just done exactly the same error as I did last time. You can see here that actually that isn't the right format because it's not got 20 minutes and 2 seconds on it. So I think we need to do is add some validation in there that stops it from doing submission if the information submitted is in the wrong format. So let's go and put that in. That is going to be in the add blind. Okay, right. I can uncomment that because that resets the form. Okay, cool. Right. So before we do any of that, validate blind data formats. If small is 0. It said it's type text, but actually it should be type number. Oh yeah, you might like it. Supposed to, actually supposed to tab after /star. Okay. Okay, that's not too bad because we can do that. This placeholder is too long, and it's one format. It should be HH. Should be 00 hours 00 minutes 00 seconds. We want to put them in that format. Okay. Right. Let's do that. Okay. Right. Cool. Ballet blinds data is in the correct formats. We'll do some fancy stuff here. We're going to do styling so that these increments work in sensible numbers. So they go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 50, 100, 150, 200, 250, 300, 350, 400, 450, 500, 600, 700, 800, like that. So we don't have to keep clicking this up arrow each time. In fact, what might make sense would be, because normally you'd be adding blinds to the end of the level, we'll make the small value equal to, we'll have a quick populate button here or something. We'll make the small value equal to the old large value, and we'll make the large double the small, because that's what we normally do. There's a whole bunch of functionality that needs to go into blinds for a later version of this, because as well as the blinds, you could have straddle bets. You could have what they call antes, which is where everybody puts money into the pot. We'll need to put in levels which are actually breaks. Depending on the game type, you might have a different game style. So you might be playing Hold'em in one game, Omaha in the next, Omaha high-low in a third game. These are known in the tournament world as horse, shoe, and things like that. Letters of each standing for the different game types that we're going to play. But for the purposes of this first product, it's really not necessary. Okay, so we just need to validate the time format. Okay. So the hours should be optional. So what we want to do is we want to split that up and make sure that where we've got minutes and seconds, they are less than 60. Okay, so let's do that by what's going to be the best way to do this? Let's find the hours, minutes and seconds, and then we'll take the bits before them and work out what's going on. Not the most elegant way of doing it, but it'll work. So we're going to say pos s equals pos m equals pos h equals line dot find, and a find on it. Find, and the value I want to find is s, and start at 0. Let's just console log those. S M M H cool. You won't like that because I've got a plain line in the middle of it. Constants. Pos S, pos M, pos H. List of line. Pos S is 9 camel case. Are they happy? No. Okay, we're going to go S. If you're going to be annoying, M, M, H. Put S, M, H. World's pickiest linter. Right.